Hello, everybody. Hopefully everybody can hear me well. Hey, Bandit, how are you? Just chilling at home tonight. So, did some work on the Coronado, got the mud flaps all done. Still got a little bit of work left to do on the truck. But how's the audio there, Bandit? No problem. All right, we'll see you later. Somebody's off to work tonight.
Somebody can't see your white.
So, what you up to tonight, Bandit? Just chilling at home? Hopefully my puppy, I got him in the crate right now. Hopefully he'll be all right. He's been quite the bad one today. Tried playing with the cats, and of course every time the cats went to swat at him, he was peeing on the floor. So been having that little issue all day today. So, but I got another guy that been wanting to sell me a 2005 379 extended hood. It's actually a show truck. Hey there, Dugsby Mac. How are you tonight? So it's a show truck. It's white with white and red is the color scheme. Looks pretty nice. I guess it's got an A-cert. So I've been messaging the guy. I'm like, well, how much you want for it? He's like, I'll bring the truck to you tomorrow. I'm like, well, dude, we haven't negotiated a price. Trade in the classic, of course. So, but I had to replace one of the side marker lights when I went home the other day. Noticed the lens cover was missing, so I got that replaced today after I finished up with the Coronado. So, still so much work to do on that classic. That the interior is the big one. Got to rip up the floor. I got to fix the doors, the windows, the quarter windows in the front of those things. That metal trim that runs around the window is all rusted out. Get a mag drill now and get that fixed, or get it drilled so that way I can get it mounted and then do the wiring. Probably change out a couple of the bulbs to be white for backup lights. But other than that, figure I'd do the live stream here at the house, so figure do it for a little bit anyways. maybe going out Tuesday. For those that don't know, I've been working on another truck. Um, Hopefully that one will fall through. It's got a kitty cat motor in it, 18 speed. The interior's nice. The paint job's good. Trucking's been treating me all right. It's just some shippers and receivers, holding me up. Uh, oh, thank you there, Travis. It's here. Hello, I'm an Army veteran. I'll sub for a shout out. Still learning the live stream stuff, so just be a little patient here with me. It's my first time. So like I went to McLean's there Friday, had an appointment for 8 o'clock. They didn't assign me a door till 10 and then kept me till about 1, 2 o'clock. So it kind of sucked and I wanted to go home. Was going to take the Classic and deliver it, but I was running a little late and I didn't feel like dropping the trailer, swapping the trucks around and going. So when did you serve there, Travis? I don't know if you can tell, but I was a former Marine back in, was it 89? Operation Desert Storm. So me and a lot of my buddies went and enlisted. Originally I went to the Air Force, but they wouldn't take me for my glasses and stuff because I wanted to fly. Now look, I guess now you doesn't matter about prescription glasses anymore. But hopefully the cats won't get in on the action too. I got 3 cats. They're kind of scared of the dog, but they come up here when I got the dog in the crate. Truck show was good. I got to meet a lot of people that I haven't met, and of course some that I have, like Bandit and I, we've met a few times. Met Tim Gentry. I've already met Steve and Crystal before. Went and met Bruce Wilson. Yeah, Bruce Wilson. Also Greg, God, I'm trying to think what his name is. I want to say Abbott, but but that ain't it. I used to watch his channel a long time ago, probably about 7, 8 years ago. No, I got to meet a lot of people. The bad thing is I had the puppy with, and we just had his ears doxxed. So it kind of limited my ability to try to have fun and to hang out with others, But overall, it was good. Drove home Friday night, and that's when I found out my rear end got squirrely on me, kind of freaked me out, and went and looked at it, didn't go back on Saturday, but overall it was good. I'm glad, Bandit really nailed it over at the show. That was quite impressive. So it was nice to see the cab over that Shimon had. Meet his wife in person and had some of her cookies, which were actually pretty good. I like the, what do they call them, the Nana Banana or something like that. That was pretty good. Chatted with Crystal Miller for a few hours. But overall, it's pretty good. That was my first truck show, too. First truck show I've ever been in or went to. So I do have some footage. I don't know what I'll be posting on that. Yeah, it's all about the networking. I didn't go there to blow out my channel. I could just kind of went there to hang out with some friends. It was my mentality that I had. Just wanted to, the ones I've been talking to on the phone, meeting him in person. I would have loved to hang out with Bandit and them. What they have the tractor pulls, the burnout, all that fun stuff would have been great if I didn't bring the puppy. So hopefully the next one will be better. Don't know if I'll have the classic still. Like I said, the one guy I've been talking to for the past month, me and him have been communicating a lot more. So he's got a 96 379 extended hood. It's got a brand new kitty cat in it, the 18 speed. There's only a couple things wrong with it. The original motor was a Detroit Series 60, and then they put that kitty cat in it. And he said the AC isn't working because it needs some solenoid connection from the compressor to the switch inside the truck. It does have an APU, but he doesn't know if it works or not. He hasn't tested it. So I may drive down there tomorrow and take a look at it. It all just depends on what he's going to give me for my Classic. Will I get everything that I put into the Classic right now? Probably not, which is fine. But if I can, pay $10,000 or whatever, then I'll go ahead and do that. Been waiting on my partner to. I've got a Volvo that I was in an accident in on my birthday last year. Happy birthday. My partner's supposed to be buying that, and then he's going to get the hood fix and the bumper fix that needs to be on it. Other than that, that truck's pretty nice. I'd actually drive it, but after driving my Classic and the joys of what I fell in love with trucking back in the late 90s there, I got my cherry got popped driving it was a 359 with a 3406B 18 speed. And he taught me how to float gears the first night. And so I was driving his truck with him in it, of course, and no CDL. Of course, back then it was a lot different. But yeah, I was a natural for floating gears and stuff. So I've had a bunch of trucks in my lifetime. I've had Volvos, Kenworths, Peterbilt, which I regret selling my Peterbilt. That was a nice one. I had, was it 99 or 2000? It was a 379. Had the 3406E in it. It was a 13 speed. And I got rid of that truck for the newer, I want to say it was the 386. It was an 09 386. And it was an all right truck. That one had I want to say that was a Cummins engine in that one. 10 speed though, which I didn't like. Then I had Freightliner, two Freightliner Cascadias. And so I had my Kenworth T660, that Volvo 780 that I got in an accident with, and then of course this Classic. Been around the block, I guess. But don't mind me drinking my coffee here. Reason why when I bought that Classic, I already knew it needed some work, and the guy didn't tell me everything that I found out with it until after I got into it. I've already dumped like 20,000 into the Classic already just to get the mechanical side to where it's at. I did buy it kind of sight unseen, but with my father that just passed away in February, I bought it like 3 weeks after my father passed. So I knew it needed a little bit of work, paint job and a few mechanical things, but it's just a little bit more than what I'm what I wanted to get into. The last 4 trucks I've dumped well over 50 to 100,000 in, mainly drivers that we had working for us. Uh, like the 660, we had a driver in it. He stole all the chrome off of it, abandoned it in Arkansas. I'm trying to think of the Fort Smith, Arkansas. And we had to recover that, and then we found out all the chrome was missing. Um, there was water in the fuel tank. He put something in the engine oil where the trucks just had so much blow by, and we just spent 50,000 to have the ISX rebuilt. So it's just I'm 54 years old now, and I don't know. It's kind of a lot, and I just want to drive right now. I'm fine just going out on the road and driving, which is what I've been doing a lot of, which is why I haven't been doing a lot of video posting. I've been doing more shorts just because I've been pretty busy and occupied with things I got going on here at the house, things with trucking, trying to chase that money that, what I'm out here for, chasing the money. I like the Classic. I mean, I do like it. I love driving it. It it's awesome. I mean, the turbo whistle, the loud jakes. She runs really good right now. Um, it's just I still got a lot of the interior, and I'm kind of uh, what's the word for it? I like living a certain way. Having a lot of nice things, and I knew the Classic was going to take a little bit of work, but the mechanical side and all the money I spent in it kind of took away from the interior repair work or restoration that I wanted to do with it. So it's the only reason why I really want to sell it now. You know, when I first put it up for sale is when I found out I had colon cancer, and that really freaked me out. Um, I wound up going to the hospital before I got diagnosed, and they thought it was my gallbladder, and then they did X-rays, and then they're like, "No, you got something more serious going on," and then I'm trying to think what they call the colon cancer. It's not called colon cancer. It's God, I'm trying to think what it's called, but they said it looked like I'm stage 3 from the size of what they were in me, and so they scheduled a colonoscopy and a biopsy, which that actually went pretty good. That was scheduled the end of August. That I had that scheduled, and they got it all removed, and now I just got to go back every 3 months for the first couple years to make sure it doesn't come back. So, and for those that are now me with colonoscopies, I've been so against doing that. They're like, "Oh, you're 50, you need to," or well, back when I was 45, they wanted me to do a colonoscopy, and I'm like, "Nah, I'm sorry." And I've been that way ever since. But when that happened, I had to bite the bullet. And I'll tell you what, I really wish I wouldn't have bit the bullet back then. I wish I would have just did it when they first did it, because I probably would have caught it way earlier. But it is what it is. So now I do have thyroid cancer, but that's controllable. It's only stage 1, and they got me on medicine I got to take every morning. Um, which explains a lot of things with my anger issues that I have and my temper, because it's well overactive. Your normal range is like 0.5 to 4, and I was I think 14.2 or something like that. I was 3 times the normal levels, and so. But anything else you guys want to know? Now, I've been driving for almost 25 years now. I've got over 3 million miles in. Pretty much got a clean driving record. I've been in 3 accidents, 2 of which were in 2024. My first accident, The girl I was with passed away. I did save her little boy. I don't know if y'all can see the scars. I had 20 stitches in my nose and 20 staples in my head. I've got two big gashes. I had two inclusions, fractured most of all my ribs, blew out my L1 to my L5 when I got ejected from the seatbelt through the windshield, and I flew a couple hundred feet. So why I'm alive, I don't know, but she passed away from that accident. And that was in 2015. Took me 4 years to walk again after that. I live on pain meds, and I go in every 6 months to a year to have my nerves burned so I can continue walking. My second accident was almost a head-on. Guy playing on his phone. Wound up going in my lane, and I took the shoulder, and then he whipped it at the last minute, clipped the mirror, made my arm look like the size of a football when the mirror slammed into it. And then my third accident was that 18-year-old girl that was making a left turn from the far right lane and cut in front of me with one painted white stripe between us. And I broke my arm there and injured my back and sprained my foot on that one. Maybe I should change this from top chat to live chat and see if that helps. But I've been doing flatbed, open deck, mainly step deck stuff is what I was doing up until my last accident on my birthday there. Then I went back into pulling a reefer unit. So my partner and I, we've known each other for about 10 years. I've worked for him before, and then we kind of made a little business arrangement between the both of us. So he's a real good guy. You know, he allowed me to see my dad. Before my dad passed, I spent a week down in Florida, and then that big winter storm hit in Florida. I was actually stuck in it for a week, which was great because I got to spend a lot of time with my dad. And then when the roads cleared up and were open, I started to head back home. Made it home, and then on my way to Miami, Florida, my mom called me and let me know that my dad, they were going to put him in hospice. And so I called up my buddy. I'm like, hey, they're putting my dad in hospice. Can I get back down there? And swap load with one of his drivers. I delivered his load, and then I was with my dad, and 5 days later, my dad passed. So, love my dad. He was the best dad ever. That's how he is in my phone. But thank you all for joining on the live stream. It's my first one, so I'm grateful that I got some people that are here. Really appreciate that. You know, I'm kind of doing YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. You know, I'm doing this for fun. So I'm enjoying doing it. You know, getting pretty good at video editing. Maybe the next live stream, I'll do it in my basement, and maybe I'll show you my big computer setup that I have. I'm a computer geek by nature. I've been in it since knee-high to a grasshopper. So network security and server management is my forte. I've got a lot of certifications. I'm a Microsoft MCSE plus I. I've got Novell certification, which Novell is no more. Cisco CCNA, which is a Cisco network administrator / engineer. I'm big and heavy into Linux. Like I've got Macs, and I got servers here at the house. You know, I still host some of my domains that I've had for, oh, God, 30 years or more. Oh, thanks, Dugsy. I appreciate that. You know, if there's anything you guys like to see with content that I'm creating, I'm still driving my partner's Freightliner Coronado. Um, don't know if you guys seen any of the shorts that I posted, but I had to replace the mud flap hangers. The one on the right side, the bolt broke, and that thing was dangling pretty good on the way home. So I don't mind driving the Classic, or the Coronado, but I hate that DD15. It sucks. You know, if you'd put a different motor in it, or maybe do a delete on it and open her up a little bit, I probably would enjoy it a little more. I do have some content with my partner's Volvo 862. I just haven't done anything with that yet. So I don't know how long a lot of y'all been driving, or if some of you drive. Oh, there's one of the cats. This one over here is this Kira, long-haired black cat. I was wondering when you were going to get in the picture. Oh, come here. You want to get in on a live stream? Oh, looks like the guy with that '05 just sent me a message. That '05 is pretty nice that he showed me. It's basically show truck quality. The inside is immaculate. So if he can come up with a good price, I might do it versus the 96. The 96 is nice. It's got 8-inch stacks on it. Doesn't have a lot of lights. It's got the ones on the air filter, and that's about it. It does have the old style J lights for the headlights, and a brand new Jones hood on it. But I live out here in Missouri. Moved here back in 2013. Don't mind it down here. I'm originally from Wisconsin, so I don't know if y'all can tell from my accent or not, if I'm still got that northernly accent, but people know I'm not from Missouri. But it is nice down here. I mean, I actually bought my first house down here. So didn't get too much of a chance to go to church today. I like going to Bible study, which part of my shirt here, made anew, was some of my partners go to a Diggins Baptist church, and I go down there once in a while. So, and then one of the founding members' son, he's a few years younger than I am. He's got back problems right now, so I was chatting with him a little bit today. But good people. I mean, the church I go to is pretty awesome. Yeah, I've got some knowledge. I know quite a bit, enough to get me in trouble or get me out of trouble. You know, been in a game long enough. You know, I like driving. That's my thing. I like driving. I miss doing open deck stuff. You know, I like being able to go to a shipper receiver and have them treat you like a person, get you unloaded or loaded right away, and get you rolling. And then, of course, sleeping at night. You get to sleep every night, be home on weekends since a lot of the customers don't work on Saturday or Sunday. So it makes it quite nice. Yep, I am an outlaw. And for those that know why I'm an outlaw, uh, yeah, I'm old school, you know. I have driven automatics. I really don't like them. You know, that my partner's 860 is an automatic. You know, it's all right, but I'd rather give me a 13 or an 18 speed. Heck, I'll even drive a twin stick. I haven't driven a twin stick in almost probably 20 years. You know, I wouldn't mind doing that. You know, like the biggest thing with a lot of these new steering wheel holders is when they get themselves in a pucker, instead of getting out and like analyzing everything, they just keep going forward and just causing, you know, complete chaos. Which, stop it. You was loving that Volvo last month. Yeah. What I like about the Volvo is I like the back sleeper setup with the, you know, the table and everything. It's way better than what Peterbilt put out. Um, so yeah, that's about the only thing I really like about the Volvo is the back sleeper area. You know, I do cooking in the truck. I also play on my laptop. You know, do some gaming or maybe I'll do some coding or something. But being able to sit at a table is quite nice in the truck. But I'd love to have my 379 again. That's now that I know I can do trucking again for a few more years, anyways, until my back gives out. I want to go back to my roots and get back in the 379 again and deal with that. Whether it's a 63-inch sleeper like what I had with my truck, or you know, a 72-inch sleeper or 70-inch sleeper. I have been looking at a couple Airy sleeper units, but I'm not real big into the bathroom slash showers. Uh, ain't my thing. I'd rather have more living space in the truck than to have that in it. You know, I'm so used to just using a facility somewhere, you know, that I really don't need to have a shower, have all that extra weight, and then, you know, what's it say? Your left leg ain't felt that good in a while. I don't like the automatics. My left leg is only used for when I'm stopped or starting. That's it. I don't double clutch. I couldn't double clutch to save my life, to be honest with you. I never grew up double clutching. I was taught how to float gears the very first day I drove. So, you know, my left leg doesn't get much of a workout, even dealing with like Chicago traffic. And for those that know me, I hate driving to big cities now. I'm stuck in my ways. I mean, I'm originally from the Chicagoland area. I mean, I've had a couple data centers out there, and I've dealt with the traffic. Um, I like Texas. I just hate going through all the big cities. You know, Dallas, Fort Worth area, Houston, San Antonio, Waco. You know, I've done it all back in the day. I don't do the East Coast though. I won't do New York no more. And I used to do that like crazy back in what '08 to 2010. I did a lot of New York to Boston. Used to run ice cream from uh, Boston over to I want to say it's over by Schenectady, and then I'd pick up in Schenectady, which would be fruits and vegetables, and bring that back over to Boston, and I'd do that for a little bit, and then I'd take a cheap load of like bird's eye corn out of New York and get me back out of there. But I used to do Maine, pick up potato, or what do they call them? The curly fries for Arby's is from upper north over by, I want to say it's Limestone, Maine, and take that down to the freezer, one of the freezer facilities over in Pennsylvania. And then I'd usually reload out of there and head out. But I didn't mind going to Maine back when my aunt was alive. She used to live up there. So when I'd go up there, I was able to see my aunt and everything. So uh, I don't call myself a super trucker. I get a lot of people that call me that. You know, a few of the buddies that I talk to. One of them that's out in Maryland. You know, always calls me. Oh, there's that super trucker talk. And I'm just like, nah, I'm just trying to help you out. You know, he's new to the trucking game. And back after my accident in 2015, when I learned how to walk, he actually worked for me as a dispatcher remotely. And then he seen all the money I was making hot shotting, because that's how I got back into trucking from my accident, was to try hot shotting. That went good for 2 months, and then I went out and bought a big truck. And then, you know, here I am. Got rid of all my hot shot equipment except for my Ford F-350, which replaced a Chevy Silverado 3500 dually that I had. That was a lemon. I got broke down in California, and I went out and bought the Ford while I was waiting for the Chevy to be fixed, because they were telling me it was going to be a couple months or a couple weeks. So went over to the Ford dealer and found that F-350, and I've owned it since. It's been a great truck. I like that it can regen any time that it wants. You know, you already know. Just start letting it flow. So, but yeah, I mean, I did do hot shotting for a couple months, and then I was doing flatbed after that. But it did take me a bit after my accident, where, you know, I lost the girl that I was with. That did a lot to me. I still pay for it to this very day, but I can hide it a little bit better than what I could back then. So why I'm alive, I have no idea. You know, probably my physique, and you know, don't know if you can tell, I'm still pretty muscular for being 54, and I was 44 when that accident happened, and my back got all tore up. I mean, I got scars all over my body from that accident. Trying to think what else to talk about while we're here. And you all have suggestions? Or anything you'd like to know that I haven't said already? like Bandit, I met him when he was in Springfield. What it was like almost a year ago, I think, that I met him. And then we did that little collage there at the truck stop. Which, speaking of which, I got to get that drone footage that you did one of these days. That way I can get that posted up too. I should go out and buy a drone. I think that'd be kind of cool. He's kind of got me on that 360 though too. That was pretty neat when we did those little drive-bys there of each other when he recorded me on his 360. But for those that don't know, Bandit's a good guy. He really is. Glad I met him, got to know him. You know, Shimon, it was good to know him too. And Steve, FSC Truckin', and Crystal Miller, Tim Gentry. You know, they're all pretty good people. You know, you see a lot of those videos that some of them guys put out, you know, making all them rumors and whatnot. You know, I met Interstate Made Me, caught him when we were up in Wisconsin. Got to see his beautiful truck. I mean, he spent a lot of money. I kind of joke with him on, you know, where the heck did he get that $500,000 to do all that? But I know he ain't doing it from trucking. There ain't that much in trucking right now. But he's got a beautiful Pete, and then it started raining, so I did get some pictures with him there. You know, Marvelous Marv, you know, I used to watch him. I still watch him. I shouldn't say used to. I still watch him. I love the sound of his Pete there. It sounds amazing. You know, Bandits rides, you know, that sounds good too. But Marv's got that little deeper 6NZ type of sound to it. I just don't like the color of it. I'm not a big fan of that brownish. This here is what, brown and like a dark maroon. Not my color preference. Now the 96 that I'm looking at is white, and I believe the pinstripe design, I believe, is purple, but it's basically white, and it's got extended. They're about a 6-inch drop that adds to the original body. Makes it look really nice. I'm kind of hoping to get that one, but this 05 379 is really nice. That's a show truck there. I could actually pay somebody to polish up my truck for me and take it to a truck show, and it would definitely compete with a lot of the trucks. Which over at GBATS, man, there was a lot of beautiful trucks that were there. Wow. I had people that came over to me at GBATS and was like, wow, you're the only Freightliner Classic at the show. I guess they thought there would have been a little more. So I kind of felt bad, you know, not being there Saturday, but with the puppy and everything, it was tough. It really was. And then everything else that was going on. But it was a lot of fun though. So I'll probably have this streaming here for about another 16 more minutes, and I gotta let the puppy out and let him do his thing and put him back in his crate for the night. But I appreciate y'all that did show up. That's awesome. A lot more than what I was originally thinking, you know, that would show up on the first stream. So, you know, I don't know if I should do some more, I shouldn't say do more of, probably show more of, you know, the work I do with some of the repairs and stuff would probably be a good thing to do too. Maybe just some driving, but the Coronado, as far as driving, I mean, you pretty much hear nothing except all the road noise. You don't really hear the jakes on it. You don't hear the turbo whistling or spooling up. It's super quiet, so I don't know how good an ASMR video of that would be. It's not like my classic or, Bandit's truck, talking and roaring and everything. But no, this is my house here that I'm streaming from. I'm out in the family room. So I was gonna set up downstairs in my command center, but I don't have a backdrop and uh, where the camera would be facing to just be pointing out to the heating and air conditioning unit down there. So figure for viewing anyways, at least this will be nice till I get a backdrop set up down there. But my son is up north, so he's not downstairs, so he's over at his cousin's spending time up there. And I guess his computer broke down. Yeah, command center. But when he gets back from up north, he's over in Cherry Valley, which is right next to Rockford there. So one of these days I got to go up and pick him up and take him back home. And then, of course, then I'm going to have to fix his computer unless... I told him how he could do it. He just got to get himself a soldering gun. The connector in the back for the power supply apparently lost contact. So, although he does need a new computer, his computer's about six or 7 years old. So I'll probably build him one. I'll show you guys mine one of these streams here. I've spent $15,000 on a custom built PC that I did that's got water cooling, LED lights, and one hell of a computer. And then of course I got the big widescreen gaming monitors and whatnot. I'm a gamer, gamer and a programmer. So, back when I had my accident, I was actually coding up a social media site that was combining Facebook and Twitter. I still got my source code. I just never bothered finishing it. The two inclusions I had from my accident made it difficult for coding, figuring out where I left off. And when I tried to work on it, I'd have to be up for like 2 days to make some progress, and then I get sleep, and then I have a hard time remembering where I was in my thought pattern on some of the design. But I know Java, JavaScript, SQL, MySQL, the other version of MariaDB, Mongo database, PHP, you pretty much name it, I've pretty much done it with, even Perl, which Perl back in the 80s was pretty popular. Now, I would love to get out of trucking. I don't know if I could stay out of trucking, even though, Let's see here. When are you going back on the road? Probably Tuesday. I could go back out tomorrow, but I want to see what I can do to secure that Peterbilt 379 if I can get that going. But I figure I'll give the guy Monday to talk with me, and then I'll head out. Normally we pick up, we got a dedicated customer hauling eggs, organic eggs. So I'll probably wind up going to either Florida or Wisconsin area. I used to do a lot of Florida, and then we just started doing Wisconsin and North Carolina, South Carolina. It all just depends on our backhauls, because we don't have like a dedicated account that's consistent enough for Florida. And the rates in Florida have not been that good coming back. When you make $4 a mile going down to Florida and then you're making, barely $1 a mile, getting back up here. It kind of sucks. And Georgia, the freight in Georgia is terrible, because everybody from Florida goes up to Georgia, or you go up a little bit further to South Carolina, try to get a load out. But even South Carolina is not that good right now, which is why I like living in Missouri, because I get awesome rates when I leave here. And I go where the money is. I used to do California. I stopped going to California uh, about 4 years. Been 4 years since I've been there. Don't miss it. I really don't miss California. There's a dedicated route that came up where I pick up in Springfield, deliver one drop in Kansas, the other one up in Washington State, and then from Washington State, drop down to Colorado, and then Texas back to Missouri. But winter coming up, I choose not to be up there. I don't chain my tires. If it's that bad that I got to chain up, I'll just park it. It's just better to park it, because if you mess up with your chains and then you rip off your quarter fenders, or your mud flaps or anything, was it worth it just to go a few miles? Nah. Be smart. Just park it, wait for the roads to clear up. I don't mind driving in snow, but man, I'm too picky in my old age now. I like to choose where I get to go. So, in Florida, I like Florida. I don't mind the traffic in Florida either. Even Miami, in Tampa, Orlando, and Jacksonville isn't bad either. And I normally go down to Orlando and Miami area, along with Cocoa Beach over at Walmart, delivering over there. And then usually we get what they call flowers, which ain't really flowers, or potted plants that deliver up here in Missouri. Normally, they're both Walmarts, like over in St. James and Harrisonville, Missouri is where they normally go. But we do got some good hookups for the reefer stuff. I've got a lot of hookups for open deck stuff. I used to do a lot with the railroads. BNSF, hauling track or hauling their signal boxes, or anything else like that. And then the reels, those paid real good. Nice light load. I think maximum weight on them, 32,000. And for flatbedding, that's pretty light. But I hate tarping. So I usually just choose loads that don't require tarping. But the reels are nice. Maybe I should post some of the pictures, put a little collage up of some of the roads some of the loads that I used to do. Like back when my dad was alive, every load that I got, I would take pictures and send it to him, so he could see what I'm hauling, and then he'd track me on Life 360 to see where I'm at and everything. Gave my dad something to do. So, and my mom just got back to Florida today. She was up at my sister's house in Wisconsin. Between my birthday, my parents' anniversary, and my dad's birthday, all within the week. It was nice that she was up north with my sister during that, because she still has rough days there now that my dad's gone. So she misses him a lot. They've been together for 55 years. So, and my dad, he passed away because he had what they thought was bladder cancer. So they set up surgery for him. Surgery day came. They went in there and then realized, oh, it's not cancer. You just got bladder stones. Now, my dad's been on prednisone for like 3 or 4 or more years. And prednisone makes your skin and all your organs like paper thin. So they scraped the bladder stones out, and my dad basically bled to death. So from December, I think it was the end of December when he had that operation, and then February 8th, he passed away. So it was pretty sudden. You know, the hospital was at fault, the doctor, you know. They gave him the excuse that, oh, he's got an infection, but there was no pus. It was all blood. Blood clots the size of the palm of your hand he was peeing out every day. And of course, when I went and seen him, his face was getting thinner and thinner every day. At least I did get to cook him a good meal. You know, cooked him a filet mignon, baked potato, and I think we had green beans. And that was my dad's last good meal that he had. You know, still can't believe he's gone. I mean, it's been, what, 8 months now? So, oh, my other cat decided to show up. You gonna want to get in the picture too? But no, I'll probably end the stream here in about 3 more minutes here. So if you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them. You gonna come up here in the live stream too there, Ashley? No, for our first live stream, I think it went pretty well. And I'll try to do one about at least once a week. I just got to figure a day and a time that won't interfere with some of the other guys that do streaming as well, like Bandit and Shimon and all them. I'll try to work my way around them so that way, you know, everybody can watch everybody. You know, it's kind of my intent there. I don't want to step on anybody's toes with any other streamer that I know. But decided to show my ugly mug as I did in my one video there. Yeah, I can hear the dog's already starting to get a little restless. All right, guys. Well, I'll go ahead and close this live stream out. I appreciate y'all for showing up. I appreciate it for my first live stream there. You know, look forward to doing some more and having some more of you people show up and you know, get to know each other. But anyways, thank you all. May you all have a good night and be safe out there. I'll try to do the same, and until next time.